Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Today I got a special guest, Robert White. He's a man on a mission. He came to the Philippines on a mission. It wasn't about the honey, it was all about the money. But before we get into the interview, Robert, I just want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for your amazing support of Sunshine Shoulders. I truly appreciate it. I eventually met you in Manila a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
On my way out to Thailand.
Yes.
How long you been watching my channel?
It's going on a year now. I started the latter part of last year. We were still in the lockdown. Like I said, I ran across your channel. I don't remember how I ran across it, but when I ran across your channel, I started looking at some of your previous videos. And you had one on there where you were actually talking about your previous marriage to the American woman. I think that was probably your first marriage.
Big Shirley.
And you talked about riding around one night, before you go home, to just try to get yourself prepared to go home and then go straight to sleep because there wasn't no action going on. They was using sex as a weapon. And I remember I had went through that actually with my first wife, and we had gotten back together and we was kind of going through the same thing. And I was explaining to her, I said, hey, I want you to listen to this because I know I ain't crazy, you know what I mean? I kind of did the same thing one night. I rode, I'm from Florida, so I rode down to Fort Myers, and that's probably like an hour away from where I live at. But I just got on the road and just started riding, trying to figure things out, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. So at that time, I just kept going back, looking at videos, and I remember showing her that video. And she had this look on her face like, wow, you know what I mean? As if she didn't understand, and I understood. She didn't understand, how it was affecting me. And I'm the type of person, you know what I mean? Listen, if you ain't into this here, I ain't no need of me wasting my time. We might as well go on to the corners that's going to make us make us happy. Because we're just wasting time.
Let me ask you something. How long have you been in the Philippines? I
got here June the 3rd.
Is this your first time coming here?
Very first time. But I felt like, it's strange. I've been watching videos from you. Been watching my man J and K from the Black Filipino. I've been watching, I like to call it Sweet Pea, Filipino P. My girl Emma Zoo, and it's one more. Can't think of his name right now, but I've been living in the Philippines for over 2 years, vicariously through y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, now, one thing that kind of jumped out at me, because when I met you at Mall of Asia in Manila, I was like, well, bring your girl, because I can bring, And he said, no, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And I said, well, wow, and he said, I said, have you been chatting with anybody? He said, yeah, but, I'm not ready to, really meet anybody and really get serious and make a commitment because I got some other things going on. Yes. And you start telling me your plans for your business and stuff, which we won't really go into a lot, but you're one of the first people that I've met. See, I didn't come over here for a woman either, but once I found out what was over here, all that changed. But you actually knew what was over here. And so you haven't been intimate with anybody over a month now, about 5 weeks.
Yes, and I'm not saying it hasn't been easy. I mean, it could be, but it's just it's so much beauty over here, so much. You said, hey, once you have one Filipino, you had them all.
No, I didn't say that.
That wasn't you?
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. Yeah.
Yes. Or somebody, I heard that.
You heard that.
I heard that. Once you had one Filipino, you've had them all.
I said that you can't upgrade.
Yeah.
I said if you meet a good woman over here, that's as good as it gets. And maybe you might have kind of reworded it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It was in that neighborhood, and I kind of understood what you were saying because once you get over here, it wasn't a culture shock to me to the point that I couldn't function. But I started these things that I've been listening to y'all and hearing, they just started, everything just started popping like, that's what he's talking about, that's what she's talking about, that's what she's talking about. And you kind of like, I'm the type of person that's like, I'm more mature now, so I was able to like, okay, hey, what did you come over here for? Stay focused.
Well, don't hit the table, yeah.
Stay focused, because if you don't, it's so much beauty over here, man. And I mean, it's everywhere. I got so much footage. It's everywhere, and you would
You talking about women?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wasn't lying, was I?
Oh heck no, man. And no, nobody.
And he was in Manila.
Yes.
Imagine millions of beauties. Man, a lot of honey up there, right?
Man, it's just it's crazy. So you're trying to figure out, you just say, okay, it's like fishing in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it seems. If I was on that, if I was on a mission to do that,
yeah.
I mean, it happens like that. But it's like this. I'll say this because I remember, and I was telling you this here. I remember one guy was like kind of complaining, like, "Hey, it ain't happening the way you say it's gonna happen."
Yeah.
Well, when you're in Manila, especially Manila, everybody's either going somewhere or coming from somewhere. It's all the same. They're in motion. Everything is in motion. Mm-hmm. You're standing still, watching everything, pass by you. And what I found, if I wanted to have a conversation with somebody, it's gonna be most possible at a shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At a business or something of that nature. You know what I mean? And with me, I've been dealing with trying to get that SRV.
SRV, yeah.
So I'm able to. I'm talking with different marketers. That's what they call them. People that are helping you. I'm in different offices.
Yeah.
And that's where you're gonna have your chance. And it's amazing how many single women that you just know she got her.
Yeah, these are professional women.
Yes.
Because guys are always saying, oh, well, y'all don't go after the professional. You always go after the low bottom, right? After I already showed them Maryland, got a college degree, bookkeeper. Yes. She's a professional. But that don't mean a whole lot because they don't make a whole lot of money. But they're professionals, right?
Without a doubt. And
so that knocks that out of the box, guys. A lot of these women over here that you're going to meet, they're going to have a degree at the least.
That's what you want. Now, you can go at the low bottom if you want, but the good thing about it, I had to push pause. Not that I didn't want to, indulge, because you get lonely at night, and you got the lag, the jet lag. I dealt with that for like a week. You know what I mean? So I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? You know how that get. So I pushed the pause button and said, look, I got to stay focused. I know what I'm doing. And when I come back, what I'm doing when it comes to a woman, I'm just planning. Because when I come back, it's going to be a profession. She has to have a college degree and all that.
Yeah.
When you deal with a woman like that, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to be asking you for money or anything like that. That part is, I found that to be true.
Yeah. But she's not going to ask you for money anyhow because you're going to be providing the money anyway, right?
Well, when it comes to what you were talking about, pay to play.
Well, not really pay to play. It's just that if that's your woman, you're going to help her, right?
Doubt, yes.
Just like we was talking yesterday, last night. You said one of the women you was talking to, you looked at her situation.
Yep.
He was like, she was a school teacher though.
Yes.
See, because that's one of the things I said. Hey, if you're going to help somebody that's working, that's out here hustling.
Yes.
It'd be a lot better investment.
Yes.
And you were saying, I was thinking about giving her X amount of dollars. I was like, man, hold on, don't do that. Because that's a fortune over here. You'd be better off just if she earning $500 every month, double that. Give her another $500 or something like that.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to do it like that.
But you threw out a crazy figure. You said, hell, I'll give you 10 grand and then I'll see you when I get back. And
No,
you don't want to.
No, I wasn't going to get 10 grand. I see you when I get back. When I come back, it's like that's, in my mind, I'm trying to put together a plan on how I would come in and make her life better at the same time, making my life better as well.
Right.
But you made some good points when you said that. But the women I'm talking about are the ones that you hear that are asking you to buy them cell phones. I've heard all types of stories that you get these requests while you're actually chatting.
Yeah. And that's a red flag.
Yes.
That's a red flag.
Yes.
A big red flag.
Yes.
Okay.
But people are still doing
still doing it because we go for the outside. We look at the woman's beauty.
Yes.
We don't even know them. We just look at their little cute face online.
Yes.
But most Filipinos, even if they don't know what the unspoken agreement is, they're not going to ask you for any money because they got a lot of pride. But let me stop right there because it's not like this guy is some virgin or you a man of God now though, but it hasn't always been that way. Man, you was a man of the street. You was a player.
Yes.
How many children you have? Tell them.
I got 15.
How many?
15.
Say that loud enough so they can hear.
I got 15 kids.
15 children.
10 boys and 5 girls.
10 boys and 5 girls.
One of my daughters had a car accident. I lost her about 2 years ago.
Oh,
2
man.
years. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Nah, but
yeah.
Shantavia.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah,
How old was she?
Shantavia was 27.
Oh, wow. I've got a 27-year-old daughter, man. I was just texting with last night. Here's these dogs. And see, we were talking about that today. You said where you were in what, Naga?
No, I was in
outside of Naga.
Yeah, Del Galego.
You said about 4 in the morning, here come the roosters and the dogs. Well, the dogs are like burglar alarms, just like they did right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy's, it's not like he's a virgin, a goody two-shoes or something like that. That's why I wanted to interview him because I said, wow, man, you've got 15 children, 10 boys, 5 girls. You know, you like to mix it up. And hell, what better place to mix it up than here? But you said, look, I'm on a mission. I'm trying to do something.
Yes.
And I know we've been talking about your SRV, and that's something that I'm going to suggest that you rethink. Okay? Even though you're way in the process. And I'm going to tell you why. Because first of all, you're not retired. Correct. Which you don't have to be retired. As long as you got the money. But it's not going to really benefit you the way that it's set up to benefit you. Okay? Number 2, you're not going to be living or working here full time. You're going to be living and working in America full time.
Yes and no.
Yeah, but let me finish. What you're trying to do, what you told me is, you thought you got the SRV so you could come back and forth to the Philippines anytime you want.
Exactly.
You can do that, but guess what? You can do that with a tourist visa.
That's the part I did.
Okay, that's the part you didn't know. And see, we're going to talk about this on my live stream tomorrow with the panel. Okay. Are there too many vloggers in the Philippines? Meaning, is there too much information out there? Because too much information sometimes is confusing and it makes you hesitant.
Yep.
Because when you told me the SRV, I didn't tinker into your business or mail or anything. I was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. But then when you start talking to me, I was like, man, you don't need no SRV. Hell, and because you don't qualify for the military SRV, you don't qualify for you only qualified for the classic.
That's it.
20 grand
yep.
that you had to give them, yes. Plus fees and all of that.
Yes.
Okay? You don't need it.
I didn't know it at the time.
The reason why people were talking about SRVs, and I can see how you got confused, because it was a lockdown. It's the only way you can come and go in the Philippines. And they had even stopped that for a while. So I can see how you're going from channel to channel and you're listening to this stuff and everybody's talking about an SRV and you're thinking, man, I need that so I can come and go to the Philippines. You didn't realize I've never had an SRV. I've been coming and going here over 13 years.
I want to, when you say I was looking at these videos, the videos that I was looking at, they weren't the vloggers.
Yeah.
Some of the vloggers didn't even know what I was talking about at first. It was once I heard about SRV, I started actually going to the sources of people who can actually help you obtain it.
But what did the one guy ask you? Remember we were talking about today? The guy that's helping you, he said...
He asked me, why am I getting...
why are you getting it now?
Yeah.
You're not retired.
And I kind of... I remember this look my guy had on his face. Because I explained it to him while I was getting it, and he had this look of confusion on his face. Mm-hmm. But he didn't elaborate on, you didn't need... He didn't do what you did yesterday. Because until you did what you did yesterday, I was... the light bulb was off.
Yeah. You didn't know that you could come here and stay for 36 months and leave anytime you want, come back, start the 36 months over.
I didn't know that. But I'm hearing people, I'm hearing you guys, Jay had to make a run while I'm watching this video.
But you didn't put two and two together.
I didn't. Because like you said now, Jay is married. So it's something that he was trying to obtain as well, and I think he was trying to obtain
the 13A probably
something,
which would be a lot cheaper.
He got turned down the first time for something, but then they redid it and he obtained it. So
because what you were telling me, what you need the SRV for, you can do with a tourist visa. Buy a condo. Yep. I can buy a condo here on a tourist visa. Mm-hmm. You don't need an SRV. Do you know what SRV stands for? I'm not going to put you on the spot.
It's special residence retirement visa.
Yeah. See, retirement is the key word. See, you're still working full time over there when you go back, right?
Correct.
What do you do over there?
I have a trucking company and I'm in real estate.
Okay, trucking and real estate.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, see, most of your time is going to be spent over there. All right. I was just saying you could use that $20,000 for something a whole lot more productive right now. And then when you really are retired and you really need it, you can always apply for it. Okay, I mean, but if you got that kind of money, I mean, I can't tell you not to do it.
Well, it's not that I got that type of money. What I was doing as I weighed things out, again, not knowing the other option, was, hey, you can take this money, because what you came to do also is to either buy a condo.
Yeah, watch your own table.
And buy some land.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I wasn't going to keep it in the bank because I realized only your money's only guaranteed $10,000, and they want you to keep that all in one particular bank. You can't spread it out.
You can't spread it out.
So I said, well, I'm going to have to liquidate that fast and purchasing property. So my friend down in Del Galego, I had already had them looking. You know what I mean?
But you can't actually buy the land.
You're correct. But if they purchase it, give me a lease for 50 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, think about it. That's a subject for a lawyer. Make sure you talk to a lawyer about that. Because people are all over the place with that.
Yes.
But let's get back to you coming over here in the Philippines, because you're very unique. You're the only guy who's come to see me who didn't have a woman or hasn't fooled with a woman since the Philippines reopened.
Yeah, I don't have
one. That's what I mean. Yeah. Everybody else, even Matt from A Real Good Feeling video, he didn't have a woman with him, but he's been with a couple of women since he's been in the Philippines, somewhere around the same time as you.
And seeing Matt's video.
So you're still alive. You didn't die.
No.
You're really doing it the right way, to be honest with you. Because most of us who come over here and jump into a relationship, we usually end up with the wrong person. It doesn't work out the first time.
Watching y'all videos kind of helped me. Now I'm just like the average guy. I've only been with two women. My last 18 years, I've only been with two women, and both of them are wife. First wife and second wife.
So how did you come? So all of them women, all your children are by those two women?
Oh, heck no. I got
how many baby mamas you have?
10.
10 baby mamas?
And one wife.
So what were you, like a player or something?
They say I was popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were popular.
But I wanted that. You know what I mean? Because I knew later on it'll be beautiful. You know what I mean? I got all my kids are healthy.
Yeah.
Good kids, you know what I mean? I got 20 grandkids right now, so it's all good now, you know what I mean? It was a struggle, financially, but it's.
You said something to me, man, about what really kind of changed your thinking about the direction of your life. Tell them what your little son said to you one time.
Oh, my son Robert III. I was working 2 jobs at that time. What I was doing, basically, I was out in the streets. I wasted 13 years hustling out in the streets. Yeah. And I got out of there by the grace of God with my time. You don't get rich doing nothing like that. But during that process, you just all over the place when it comes to...
You were playing child support or something. He didn't understand right?
When I gave my life to Christ in 98, I got a real job, so I wind up having to work 2 jobs. I was working every day I was working every day of the week for like probably 7 or 8 years straight.
Wow.
Well, I was a CNA. I was a security guard, but I started doing the CNA thing more. Well, my son Robert, not knowing it, because Robert probably about 6 years old at the time, he asked me for $5.
$5.
Yes, yeah. And I told him I didn't have it. Robert told me, he said, "Man, you don't never have no money." And I swear that was like a punch in the gut, you know. But I knew going through that process.
A 6-year-old told you, man, you ain't never got no money.
Listen, coming out of the streets, especially if you're popular, and you used to making that fast money, stuff of that nature. It was a humbling experience to me, you know, riding bicycles, working, what it was, staffing jobs. You know what I mean? Yeah. $5 an hour, stuff.
Temporary jobs.
Exactly. And I had to go back to high school, finish high school. Then I went to college. You know, all of that was humbling for me. Now, when Rob did that, that was sure humbling. But what he did, he made me. I pondered on that for a little minute because he was right, but he didn't know I was giving his mom money. But he was right. It's like, dang, I can't do nothing with them, you know. So I got to do something else. So I set his mom down, and we were talking because she has the most from me. She has 5 kids from me.
Yeah.
And I talked and said, hey, listen, I'm going to make some changes. You know, I thought about truck driving. One of my friends was telling me about it.
Yeah.
And I explained to her, you know, I'm going to be gone. So you want time or you want the money, you know. She understood, and I went out there. And been out there ever since. But things changed.
How many years you been driving the truck?
It'll be 16 years October.
16 years.
Yes.
Is that pretty? You can make good money nowadays.
Listen, you were able to make money since the time I got in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, how are you going to do it? You a company driver. I learned the ropes first, and then I became an owner operator.
Yeah. So are you buying your rig, or you already own it?
I own it.
Yeah.
And
how many you own?
I own it right now. I only got one that I own, a trailer and a truck.
Yeah.
And I lease from another company. They have trucks.
So you pay your own taxes?
Yes.
You have somebody do it for you, right?
Yes, my lady. I've been with her
it's
since
funny
2008.
That, you said you turned your life over to Christ in 1998. Well, see, I stopped drinking in 1998. See, you know, I grew up in the church. I'm not very religious, but I'm a spiritual individual. You understand?
I'm the same way now.
You know, it's just that a lot of those stories that they tell, I have a hard time. It's not that I don't believe in something. I just don't believe in that story because there's so many stories that came before that story. But I don't knock anybody for that. You know, whatever it takes, whatever you need to make it through. This is a cruel world, man. This is a cold world. They chew you up and spit you out, and then you're in a place now, one of the most religious places on the planet, and you see some of the best people struggle, right?
Without a doubt.
It changed. This is where I started rethinking my religious beliefs. I was over in 2011. I was like, if there truly is somebody watching down on us, why does he pick on the Philippines so much? Is what I was thinking. Now, I won't get in a debate, but I'm saying, you know, on top of the poverty, you got all these landslides. I mean, when I came over here, man, the Philippines was getting hit. Floods, landslides, typhoons, earthquakes, poverty.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And I'm like, well, damn. And they're the most religious. They have the highest percentage of people who believe in God than anywhere else on the planet, man, you know.
But you know what I found out? Kev, being at the house that I was there, I was at that house, and then Filipino P also did she did a episode about this.
Yeah.
They are religious, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I hear the priests early in the morning doing their thing, but they don't read the Bible.
Yeah.
You're being led.
Oh,
so
okay,
you know what I mean? I noticed that they're even the people, like I said, the people Filipino P went around asking them, "Do you believe in God?"
Filipino
yeah.
P,
Yes,
a fellow Filipino.
Yes.
Yeah.
She went around asking, "Do you believe?" And she was asking them to quote certain things out of the Bible.
Yeah.
That Bible to me, man, is what it has turned into be. That's my source.
Okay.
I got out from in the walls because I started seeing that where, hey, you're no different than the guy right outside of the church on the corner, because you're not, these things that you're saying, that's not what's in the Bible as far as church, this and that.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. If you're easier to fool, and you gotta follow if you're not reading that word.
You're not reading the word.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, and we'll move on after this. Yeah. But I'm saying, whether they're reading the Bible or not, if there's this white guy up there with a long beard, sitting on a throne, you know the stories we were told.
Yeah.
And people still believe that. I'm saying, like, well, why doesn't he do anything to help these people? But let's go on.
Right.
I'm glad you turned your life around.
Yes.
You know, this is like I was telling Marilyn, I tell y'all again, over and over again. She was worried about the people who were going to come and visit us here. And I said, I don't attract thugs. I don't attract, knuckleheads. The only people I attract are outstanding individuals. And every last one that's come this way has been an outstanding individual. Not just run of the mill. I'm talking about above and beyond, man. You one of them, man. And
we're just trying to.
Yeah.
What I love about your channel, man, and I think something major is going to come out of this because it's getting more popular. And once anybody that is experienced, once anybody in the States or anywhere else, who are going through that situation where women are acting the way they're acting over in the United States, and all women are not like that, but there's a wave, there's a trend of women wanting to be self-sufficient, and that's cool. But you gotta respect the hierarchy. I'm the man.
Yeah.
You must follow. I'm the provider. There's certain things that I must do as a man, and there's certain things that she has to do as the woman. Over here, that's understood.
Yeah.
Without even being said.
Absolutely.
That's understood, and that's when men over there are going through the things that you have been through, and I've been through when it comes to women. You resonate. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. And you come over here, it's a second chance at getting it right.
Okay, he's the third guy we'll end it up here that stayed in the guest house. How is that guest house to you?
Man, look here. Surreal. Being able to watch it being constructed, and then because I remember we just framed. And then going there, it looks beautiful in there, man. It's nice and tight. I got a question for you because I wanted to ask you this here because you my girl asked me. She said, "How much does he charge y'all?" I said, "Well, 2 nights free."
Yeah.
I'm over somewhere else staying after tonight. I'll be staying somewhere else. Could I have paid you to stay there?
No, you cannot pay me to stay here. The reason why is because the universe, you can't pay me as much as the universe can pay me.
Got you. All right.
See, you're not going to, short my blessing. See, I believe in that law of compensation, the law of increasing returns. When you help other people, you help yourself. This is the least I could do,
Yes.
And I said it at 2 nights, but hell, if somebody's going to be here 3 or 4 nights and nobody else is around, then why not? Well, that's all I'm saying. But
I understand.
No, I would never charge you.
But I asked because I didn't.
Because you built
I didn't know
it.
what you was. I didn't know if that was an opportunity. Because I know you also take what we give you and do something else with it.
Absolutely.
So I didn't know if that was an option.
Because I had a guy in his family. He just texted me a couple of days ago, but I don't know what day he's coming. Mm-hmm. He said, "Hey, we'll be there in a week or 2. Mm-hmm. Can we stay at the guest house for a night or 2?" I said, "Sure." And that's how I lined it up. And that's why I said it for 2 nights, but it's not written in concrete.
All right.
Okay? If somebody's here and nobody's lined up, then why not stay 3 or 4 nights or whatever it is on your way to wherever you're going?
Gotcha.
But no, I never charge you for that because you've already built it. You've already paid me.
Yes.
See, because whenever you watch my channel, YouTube pays me by my views. See, I just use the money. It's only $5,000, but I guarantee you, I'm one of the only ones you watch of all the people you watch that even thought of doing something like that. And I don't want a pat on the back.
Nah, but you deserve one. But I understand because you are the only one. I remember that guy's question actually. That's when I responded to him, telling him, "Yeah, you can stay here, this and that." But it's wonderful here, and I chose to stay more than 2 nights in San Carlos because I want to check out
a few things.
Yes, and I've been blessed enough to be I've been over here for. It'll be 2 months. That's what I planned.
In August.
Yes. Yeah. That was my plan. Come over for 2 months and try to navigate around.
Well, there you go, guys. This is the guy who came over. It ain't about honey. It's about the money.
Right now.
He didn't,
Yes. Now,
5 weeks he's been over here. All these beautiful women. I'm telling you, is there some beautiful women in the Philippines? Man, tell these guys who's always thinking, oh, you always hyping up the Philippines.
It's just hard. It's hard to explain. And you know how people used to say, all black people look alike. You heard that before?
Yeah. Me and John used to get in. Oh man, because he said all Filipinos look the same. And I was like, John, don't do that.
I'm telling you, that's what I was about to say. But when I say that, it's like they just, man, it's just hard to explain.
I'm just talking about women, though.
That's what
beautiful
I'm talking. When
women.
You come, you will not be
disappointed with
you. Just have to pace yourself. Like I was telling you, it's like you can't have a whole. It's impossible. You'll wreck yourself trying to
kill yourself. Yeah, that's what you said last night. You said that video I made was telling the truth.
Yeah, you got.
If you're not in good shape, and you smoking, drinking, doing it, and you try to come over here and run the tables.
Because I'm hearing things. I'm hearing things from women as well. Yeah. They talk about round 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
What they mean is they expect you to perform.
That's right.
Round 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. And, do you get a break or anything like that? Because I haven't went down that road yet. But I'm hearing this. I'm hearing this from Filipino women.
That's right.
And I'm hearing it from the men just teasing with the cab drivers and stuff. Everywhere I go, I'm being asked, am I looking for a wife? I've been offered.
That's right, yeah.
I got a video where I was looking at a property, and Sir Richmond, that's his name. He got a lot of property on beachfront and down there in Commissary area. He asked me, you gonna come to get a wife? And I was like, no. And then he said, that's my daughter right there. He offered me his daughter. All the taxi drivers, hey, I got a cousin, I got a sister, so.
But they think I made this up.
No,
they think I created.
No.
So when I talk, they act like if I talk about it, if I don't talk about it, it's not going to exist, or it's going to go away.
That's your least word. That's what helped me say.
That's right.
Focus on what you come to do because that's going to always be there.
That's always going to be there.
And you're going to be able to walk down there, like they said, and get what you want. You're going to be able to choose what you want. And that's what I'm counting on. I'm going to get established. Yeah. And whoever I'm dealing with, they're going to be established as well.
It's better to look around the landscape and see what's out there. Oh, we jump on the first train smoking, and we end up getting in trouble. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. Thank you, Robert, for your time, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm going to break this up in 2 parts because, hell, we could talk all the time, but I'm going to do part 1 and part 2.
All right.
If you're in America, it's early about getting up because I'm getting ready to upload this now. Before you go to work, to the gym, get a cup of coffee, a newspaper, and you see somebody out in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's almost 6 p.m. Getting ready to get dark, right?
Yes.
I hope you're able to help somebody. Then not a day goes by, Robert, over here that I don't help somebody. I've seen you tipping guys really good, and all that's coming back to you, by the way. Yes. You must have tipped him pretty good today, that Grab driver. He was pretty happy. Yeah, there's no excuse not to help somebody over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Yeah, it was good.